brand new record. This is the first again on our show here. I understand that you have made 45 records before.
Yes, we have.
Get your mind on what you're doing. How many people you see that? Good boy.
Our parents were sort of like idols to us. So we sort of mimicked a lot of what had been their experiences. In the black community, it was very important for my parents to present a strong family unit in a positive way.
I have always loved singing. I started my own group, the Traveling Tone. Time went by, I started a family. My children, when they got old enough to talk, they could sing. I taught them to sing. Their mother had a beautiful voice, and we sang.
When we first started off, as we were kids, I used to come up, I'd crawl up behind Daddy. My mother and Dad, they trained us 3-part harmony. And this way they trained us, all of us had different songs we could lead.
Being able to travel and meet people and go to places that would not be possible if you were not actively engaged in the gospel.
Always believed in doing things on a professional level.
This being the Bible Belt, there's gospel programming going on when you don't have any soul blue programming going on. So gospel is everywhere, traditional gospel. Here in Memphis, WLOK, 30, 40 years ago, they played soul blues and gospel. But now it's just totally old gospel station, and we have it's about 5 other stations here in the city of Memphis that just play gospel only.
I'd like to say to the peoples out there in TV land, my name is Willie Scott, and I'm the manager of the one and only Birmingham Spirituals.
I've been in the Birmingham Spirituals ever since I was about in the 6th grade.
People of the world.
Bass amp, you got Fender roll behind there, you got some everything back there. Man, this stuff is pretty old now. That was around about the time the Jackson 5 had caught fire. They were doing rock and we were doing gospel.
In the world.
My mom told me that she didn't want me singing blues and singing gospel too. I wasn't gonna do but one. I chose gospel.
Mississippi, well, that's definitely the heart of the gospel. Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana.
I started liking the clothes and stuff, and I started going to the markets, and I decided I want to go into something of my own and do my own business.
I've learned to walk in the light.
My name is Caldwell, and I used to be Annie Brown. So we used to go around sing in people's yards and stuff, and we'll just start singing, and they'll have little guitars and start playing it. As we got older, probably about 10 years old, we started going to the church, and we started doing music there and singing God praise. So I used to walk down the street from my mother's house and go to the store, and I used to talk to Jesus. I used to, just talk to him and have a conversation, personal conversation with the Lord. And he started dealing with me with Psalms. And I started saying, well, brother, let's do this. So they get the music together, and they'll get the guitars, and I just started, the word just started coming.
If you ask me how we started, I would say we started at a club at the upper room. And my father asked me, you understand, we probably 2-3 years old. He asked us to get on the stage to dance. I got on the stage and I began to dance, and all the people began to throw money. And I remember, they was throwing so much money, and if I quit dancing, I thought they was gonna stop throwing the money, because I wanted to stop and pick the money up. But I said I'll keep dancing and maybe they'll keep throwing it. So I just kept dancing, I saw that we became a group. We went from being known as a family to being entertainers.
My parents were a part of a lot of the civil rights movement. And we learned that from being able to travel and visit and be among different cultures, different faiths, and different economic levels, different political views. A lot of the messages of our songs came from authoritative way of being able to communicate the positive message we wanted to get out.
People will bring the kids out to see, a positive example. And Dad and even and Mama, they always raise us to be a positive example in the community. He was an upstanding citizen, one of the pillars here in the Walton County area.
We had an opportunity to do an album with Savoy Records. And one of the agents told me they would put me on a label that the whole world could hear me.
I was looking for a group that was going to be able to travel and go professional. And I picked them guys.
I was on the second lead. I was the mechanic. I worked on the mics, stage manager.
Been pastoring 30 years, civil rights activist. For the issues of the time, I think we covered every issue, be it socio-economic, political, spiritual. You can find something relative in our music.
So we were very fortunate that we was able to record and make that next step in identifying yourself through recording. See, if you don't record, there's no record of you.
I need you, Jesus.
Like I said, starting off as a songwriter, wrote songs for Wilson Pickett, the staple singers, Bobby Bland, Johnny Taylor, Clarence Carter. You got to remember, you had the plain traditional hard stomping gospel, and you also had gospel then began changing back in the 70s, which they could start calling the middle of the road with the changes that was taking place in America at that time. When Pop came along as staple singer, he brought forth a change in the gospel music.
The staple junior, because we learned the staple singers. We got it from the staple singers. We used to go to school and they used to have like little talent show, and we used to sing. My brother used to run a guitar, and I used to do a lot of the Staple songs. He'd be like the old man Staple, and I try to act like Mabel.
Pop had a tremendous effect because they had a different sound. He incorporated that Mississippi roots that he had. Like the Staple Singers, I'll Take You There. That music transformed the industry totally. We call those songs back then middle of the road. We all began to write songs like that. That was good for everybody that was doing it. You had Stax that was doing it. You had Motown that was doing it. Philly International, Savoy, Ace, even Malico was doing it. Everybody was doing it back then because you realized the audience had changed.
Why don't you let your light shine and let it shine on your children? Make life better for them.
I thought of it as a gospel album, but I felt like the commercial world would reach out for it.
That album, both of those albums sold good, and for the 70s to have a album or anything that you could sell for $5 a pop, you understand? And we did most of the sales ourselves, so it was like a pop album because at that particular time, if you could go out and sell 200 or 300, 500 albums at one concert for $5 a piece, that was a lot of money. So I guess you would say it was a pop album because it took it to another level.
This is a hustling business. You can't sit back and rely on the record company to do it all and you don't do anything for yourself. The gospel acts that are hustlers, not only do they help themselves, but they help the company by doing so.
We put up posters, they advertises on the radio, on the TV. That's how everybody know that you come to town. We sold pictures, we sold records, flashlight, Holy Bible, T-shirts, belt buckles. We just had a whole lot of things to sell to the people.
We traveled a lot. We pushed our album out of sale.
My father wanted to make sure that we were still relevant and where we still embraced the older music. He was always introducing new things to broaden our audience. Because the church was going through this turmoil of whether can we accept this new music or not, the song Sign of the Times became an anthem.
Starvation claims the lives of many. Why in the name of God can our leaders see what's happening to humanity? But that's the sign of the time. People no longer care, and with the power to conquer the earth, but don't have the heart to share.
All right.
Here's Willie Scott, the Birmingham Spirituals.
We're going to move on down and sing another song for you, one that we love to sing everywhere we go, because if it had not been for Jesus, we wouldn't be here today. Listen, if you please.
That was the first album that we had ever recorded. Thank you, Lord, for one more day. I feel very fortunate to have done that. And I got about maybe 10 more years to really show the world really what we can do as a group and sing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Reverend Randy Wilson and the one and only Birmingham Spirituals of Birmingham, Alabama. And we'd just like to say to all of those young people out there, it doesn't matter how involved you might be in the world.
Oh, boy.
I'm telling you people anywhere we gotta raise. We gotta raise to run. We gotta raise. Hey, hey, people. We gotta raise to run. You mistreat your sister. You mistreat your brother.
There's 9 of us children, and my daddy had to work, day and night, just about to take care of his family, It wasn't a lot of money back then. Most time we just taking one day at a time, Had enough just to eat, so we most were just depending and leaning on the Lord for whatever we have. My daddy was a singer. He used to sing in a group. We started off singing because of him. The church tell other churches, and the word got around, we're gonna be at this certain place. And somebody had told my brother about my show, and they heard us singing, and they asked us to, to come and do an EP with them, and we did that. I was young, and we never been to places like that, and it felt great because I felt like that I had something to offer what God gave me. That got us really where we at today. Programs and traveling on the road, Minnesota, Chicago, and Nashville, Memphis, different places that we never been. I have 3 girls. So 3 girls and my 2 sons and my husband. My family is my man now. I was 12 and I just started singing. And I used to love the movement and the feeling and the dancing.
I come from the old school, and I come up in the church myself, so I know I sung in the church and all this when I grew up, so I know about that, man. That soulfulness. You got to hit me here. If you don't hit me there, then it's not there. It's not there for me.
No, I don't want to talk about it. But I will say this is what Lincoln was in 46. What the black people were lynched in Walton County, just the area right here. In the 70s, when I wrote Sign of the Time, it was relating to things that went on. what happened to humanity. People have power to change things, but they don't have the heart to do it. And that is just reality today. People that don't have love for each other, don't have the heart to reach out, and they'd rather see you suffer than to be happy.
Dear co-worker in Christ, we hope the year 87 bring you more love, peace, and joy. I am writing you this letter for a booking in your city. Let me hear from you soon. Sincerely yours, Willie R. Scott.
Love for your sisters, love for your brothers, and you won't ever be alone. Just a little love, just a little love.
So I ended up in the gospel, and I enjoyed some very colorful peoples in this gospel music, I must agree.
Smile, Tiger.
It made me feel good because I feel like my living not in vain. In lifetime, we need encouragement. I love people, I love God, and I want to see people blessed.
I'd like to say on behalf of the Birmingham Speakers that we enjoy being here, and we hope that we get a chance to come back real soon.